Welcome, class. Welcome to art, 4th through 6th grade, introduction to art. So last week we did the little, I made my own clay kind of stuff, dough, and made a little cottage, but it never dried. Like after a week, it just didn't dry. And so I baked it for a little bit, dried, but it was cracking, it was falling apart, so I just tossed it. I just tossed it. It didn't work good. So, hopefully, when this coronavirus is all over with, we can do a class on sculpting. And so this week, I just don't have the right kind of clay to do this lesson, so we're going to change it up. And I want to do sunsets. I want to do an acrylic sunset on a canvas. You guys can do it on paper if you don't have a canvas. And then I also want to do a watercolor and show you how to do both of those. So I'm going to do some techniques. You guys will learn what it is to paint with acrylics and some different fun little techniques that I'm going to show you. And then also, I want you guys to think about your painting. You can find a painting online or maybe a family photo that your parents have taken of a sunset or a sunrise. It's not just sunset, sunrise, sunset. And then I want you to think of a name that you want to give to your painting, a title, if you would. So I would like you to think about hope and what it means to hope, especially in this time, where there's sickness and we're stuck in our houses. How can we hope? How can we hope for the future? And how can we hope for today? What can we do to keep that hope alive? So think of something surrounding hope. You don't have to necessarily have the word hope in your painting, but I want you to think about how hope can be a part of your painting. So the first thing I'm going to show you, you need to find your horizon line. And the horizon line is where the sky meets whatever the background is. If it's a sea, it's going to meet the sea. If it's a mountain, it's going to meet the mountain, the hill, and so on. So I'm going to draw my horizon lines, and this is just a fun mountainous kind of thing that I'm going to do. So I'm going to pause it, and I'll be back when I have my lines drawn. Unpause. Alright, so here's my lines, so you can see them. I'm going to have my sunset, sunrise, it's going to be right here, but I don't want to paint it yet because I'm going to paint that over my sky. So, first thing I'm going to do, very first thing you're going to do is your sky, and whatever it looks like. And these are my colors. It's kind of mixed up because I have dry colors underneath it, but I have some, like a navy blue color, and then like a lighter blue, and like a creamy yellow. Oops, my it's dripping. And then I got yellow ochre, and some gray, and a peachy color. It's called peach sherbet, and white. And I'm going to work with those colors. So when you're doing landscaping, this flat brush is a really nice brush to have, because you can cover a lot of area going back and forth. And yeah, so we're going to go with that. Okay, so I'm going to do my first yellow. I'm going to do my yellow ochre mixed in with a little white to lighten that up. I kind of want it a little, oops, I'm getting another color. A little dark because, now I didn't mix my colors super good. There's just some colors coming in. I'm just going to kind of blend those on there. And I got to get around that dark color to paint. So I'm just going to paint this. Paint it on. It doesn't have to be super. See, there's that weird blue color that got in there. That's okay. We'll just keep blending it. Okay, so let me put that down. I'm going to go about 3/4 of the way down. So get some more of those two colors. Let me mix those. I just put both colors on my brush and then I mix them in here, and then it makes this really cool. You can see it. It's not all one color, but I like that because that makes it more like a sky. And then if you take the flat part of your brush and you gently go over it like this and smooth out some of the lines. You don't want to smooth too much, because if you keep going over it back and forth, you're going to lose. See this really light color right there? You're going to lose all that. So you want to keep that. The next thing I want to do is rinse my brush, get all that dark color out. I'm going to put this just here. There. I hope that didn't add this lighter yellow here. I don't know if you can see it. This light yellow with the white to get my next color. And I would like to add some of the yellow ochre in there. Hoping, that will be enough. You can always add more colors. I'll get that really bright color in here. So next layer, while this other layer is still wet, you want to put in this other layer, this light layer, so that it will blend really good. Okay, now there's a little, kind of want to get rid of this line between the two of them. So I'm going to mix the two colors ever so gently. Now I'm going to go with a little more of this yellow ochre again. And we're just going to go down to that horizon line. And remember, our horizon line is the mountains for this picture. The next thing I'm going to do is a sea, and so you'll see the difference between the horizon lines. So I'm going to go, just follow your line here. Doesn't have to be perfect. If it goes over, it's okay. And when I use charcoal, sometimes the charcoal gets into the paint. It's okay. You just brush it out. Just kind of brush it out. Get those colors down. You're just trying to, acrylics, they tend to dry a little faster than oils and watercolors. So there's not much mixing time. You want to get things put on your canvas pretty fast. Ooh, that came from that dark color that's next to my yellow ochre. I rinse that out. If you get dark colors in there on your brush, just rinse it out and try again. Okay, now some of this delicious peach sherbet. We're going to put some of that on our brush. It's a pretty color. And we're going to go down here next to the horizon line. I'm just going to follow that line of the mountain. This paint's really old, so it's a little clumpy. And we're just going to put that down here. Okay. So that, brush that onto the canvas. Get those chunks out. I'm going to rinse it. Still lots in there. And then I want to add a little ochre yellow to my white and some of that blue. And we're just going to take this. There's a really distinct line right there between the yellow and the blue. Or, sorry, the yellow and the sherbet, peachy sherbet. Quite that dark. And we're just going to blend that line. Just the there's just a line, there's a definition line right there. We don't want to go all the way down to the bottom of the peach, but we want to take this line right here and blend both colors together just on that paint line of the peach. You want to get rid of that peach line and have it blend into the sky. So you're just going to take your brush back and forth, just going to smooth out that line right there. So imagine there's a line right here along the top of the orange, and you're just going to smooth that. And you need to do it while this peachy paint's still wet. Otherwise, you're going to lose that effect to paint it because it's going to dry. So, got that on. Now, I'm going to create, I got to put a little more yellow up in here. Some peach got up in there. And that's okay, but I just want to smooth it. So you just go back and forth. I'm just going to smooth out this other part. It's really fun to do the smoothing. Okay, now I want my sun to be right here. So I'm going to pause and let this dry, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm back. So if you have blow dryer, you can blow dry this stuff. It works really good. Now with the oils, if you ever get into oils, they don't blow dry so good. It's so good. So, okay, now I'm going to create, let me get a round brush right here, and I'm going to create a fun little sun. I'll take some yellow and white, And I'm going to paint just like a fun little half shape sun coming up. And remember, it's kind of fun. Like I'm mixing this bright yellow color and white, and I'm not really being too careful about blending it. Let me get that up close so you can see. There's just kind of some yellow and white mixed in there. Makes it fun. You can mix it really good if you want and just have it one bright color, but I like to keep a little bit of it. Now, unmixed. I'm going to take, this is going to be just the brightness of it all. So I'm just taking this lighter yellow, mostly white color, just a really light yellow, and I'm just pulling it out, pulling it like a sunburst. We're gonna do some stuff with it here, so it's not super. So once I get all that paint in there, I'm doing it really fast because I want to just cause it to be more translucent as it goes. I'm gonna rinse off that color, so you just have water on your brush, and you're just pulling that color, the brightness of the edges. You're just pulling it. Rinse your brush. I'm gonna do this fast. Rinse your brush, and then you're gonna continue to get good. Way too much on there. Just this bright, and then you can just kind of do some bursting out up here. Okay, I'm gonna rinse my brush here. Maybe I want to use for this one. It's just water, okay? And this is how I'm washing it out and making it really translucent out to the rest of the sky. And then I'm going to brush back and forth. So it's not quite so stark. I'm kind of wanting a little more. So. And you can leave a little brush lines. It's not really stark, so you want them watered down. And around the sun itself, let me get my little brush. Remember to always rinse your brushes with acrylics, because if you leave paint on them and don't get them washed out, they are not very happy with you, and they dry up. Okay. In there. I'm just going around the edge of the sun. It's got some really bright peach on it, so I want to cover that up so it's not so stark. Okay. I'm going to take that sun. Because I do want kind of a definite line where that sun is coming. Okay. Now the next color we're going to use is going to make a really light blue color. I'll take this over here, and that's still really dark. So I'm going to pause for a second because I'm in a different plate. Pause. Unpause. All right. So now it keeps going dark and white. I'm going to take what I have on my brush and put it on this new plate. Just add some more white. I just really want to get this really light because it's almost kind of a grayish. Let me get some gray in there. Just a really light gray blue color. And I'm thinking that's maybe there. Let's see. Now I want to get a little more gray and a little more white. I'm going to pour some white in there. Okay, I think we got the color I want. Fun thing with colors, so you just keep mixing. Sometimes you have to start over because it kind of goes the wrong direction for you. Okay, I'm gonna mix. I just mixed up all that paint, so I'm gonna rinse it. It just makes your brush fat. Get it all rinsed off. I'm gonna take the paint and I'm just gonna fill in this area here. It's the very, very furthest back mountain or hill. You can see. Go over that. It's down to the next little mountain, and it's just going to be a solid color. This guy has some colors kind of blended together, but this one, I don't know, we'll see. See what it looks like. I think I'm just doing simple. Just a simple mountain. This color is so light that I might have to do a couple layers with it. And we'll do this one back here. Just in a different area. Okay. So what we're doing is we're going to take, this is going to be our lightest blue color, and we're going to go down until it gets darker and darker and darker until it's almost black. So it's going to just kind of disappear. Now we're going to take our next color. It's going to be a lighter blue. I'm going to take some blue over here, part of this, and I'm just going to brighten it up a little bit. Not too bright. So we're going to add some gray. And kind of a gray blue. Now our next layer, we're going to put that down. Your hills can be whatever shape they want. This one's, these aren't like super high mountains. They're just more like kind of rolling hills. And one of the best techniques to do when you're doing a hill is you want to take your brush and a little closer. And you just want to pull it along the edge of the mountain line, the mountain that you are creating. So here's the edge. You're just going to drag. This is called a drag technique. Just going to drag your brush. I'm going to do it here because it's a little hard to do in the air. Along. And add some things to it. Kind of got painted over. So now you're just going to blend that in. Oops. Don't worry about this stuff under here because you can just paint over it. Just going to drag. Drag this fun little mountain. Just keep filling it in and smoothing out. Sometimes you'll get paint lines. Just want to smooth them out. You can leave them in there if you want to give it some dimension. Now if you want to get a little bit more technical with it, you could do a shadow here. Just kind of throw in some colors. A little darker colors, not too dark. You can just kind of do a shadow on the bottom. Top right, you want to leave it lighter. And then just that line that's there, you want to just run your brush back and forth, blend that in. It's the nicest thing to do. Just blend, 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 blend. Oops, let's get a little bit more blue. Just get some of that color. Blend. Okay, I'm going to go blow dry. I'll be back. Pause. Pause. Okay, here's a close-up of it. Remember how I said the light color? I don't know if you can see it, but I just wanted to find that light color a little bit more in the background. So I'm just going to take a paintbrush, just go over it again. Get. There's just some peach coming through that. And to kind of define lines. Okay, now we're ready for our next color. And this color, actually, just even a little darker than I'm going from light to darker. So let's do some darker colors. A little more blue. I'm going to get a fun blue in here. Let's just throw that in there. Okay. That's not as, that's kind of, I need a darker. Let's just do this color. Rinse my brush. I think I'm going to do mostly this dark blue that I have. It's ultramarine blue. I think that's the color it was. Sorry, phthalo blue. Ultramarine blue is really dark. I do have that on here. So that's going to be our next color. That looks good. So I'm going to paint that, and then I'll unpause it again. Alright, so I got my next line done. I added a little different lighter color blue in there. So the next color I'm going to do is going to be a little darker. So I got my 3 colors here. Actually, yeah, 3. I'm not pouring out it for you. So we're going to mix that in. Sometimes I add a little water to my acrylics. You don't want to add water to oil colors. That doesn't work so good. But acrylics, that works really good. And there's some fuzzies. Get those off. Where those come from? Oh, my puppy. Okay. So mix those 2 blues together to get the next color. Just a darker blue. I hope it's, oops, I put that in the wrong spot. That's okay. So we're going to go a little bit darker. Okay. And same thing, you're just going to fill it in. Just putting a bunch of my paint in there and then I can move it around. And pull it along the edge of that blue. You want to go over the line just a little bit so you're filling in all that canvas space. So here we go. Okay, I'm going to pause. Try again. Okay, that next color's in. Now we're going to get into some darker colors. This color is called Payne's Gray. And we're going to go, it's really dark, so I'm going to add these 2 blues together in the Payne's Gray. I'm not going to go quite that dark yet, because we still have another layer down here to do. Alright, I'm going to pause. Okay, the very last color, I'm going to do black. Paris black, okay. And I'm going to keep my dark color in there. I decided to change to this brush because it was a huge area and I wasn't getting very much coverage with my little one. So, I'm going to put it down here. Just brush that in, go to the very bottom. It's kind of fun to just lay it all down. Once again, I'm just trying to fill in this white area and then I'll do the edge a little bit more defined. So get that area filled in. Now I'm going to take the edge. Make sure you have paint on it. Paint on your brush. You're just going to take your edge and just go with your brush. Get a little more paint on my edge. Smooth out those edges, or brush strokes if you want, or leave them in. Up to you. Okay, I'm going to blow dry that, and I just want to show it to you really quick. There's just this little area back here that I'm just right here. I don't love it so much, so I'm just going to add So I'm gonna go here. Just gonna add a little more. Better get into the camera. Add a little more dimension to it. So we're just gonna into the sky. I'm just adding a little bit more heel. Just looked a little off. So there we go. Okay, I'm gonna sign it down here. My little liner brush. Might wait till it dries, but yeah, I'm gonna wait till it dries. So I'll have it signed, and then we're gonna work on our watercolor. So stay tuned. Okay, I'm back. All right. So this is the finished product for the acrylic painting. We're gonna take that off the. Well, we're gonna take the whole easel and move it over because I'm gonna be doing watercolor. So I'm gonna try to get this in the center. And then you can see what we're doing over here. I'm trying to move everything that way. So I'm using a 6 by 6 inch square. Okay, there we go. Maybe. Okay, 6 by 6 inch square, and what you want to do, your flat brush, fill it with water, and just put it all down on your watercolor paper. Have something under it so you don't ruin your mom's table. Or I guess you're not gonna really ruin it, just get it all wet. Because this paint can wash off the table. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I have some red and some white. You can see it. And I mixed and made a really, really light pink. Oops, now I just messed up the really light pink that I made because I was making a gray. So here we go. I'm gonna start over. Some really light pink. Lots of water. You just want that stuff to run. It's gonna be really wet. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a sky right here. I'm just gonna put that color, put it all down here. Maybe a little more red because it's not showing up as bright. Something that really helps is if you tape your paper down before you get it wet onto a piece of board or cardboard or something. So I'm just spreading that pink around. Letting it kind of go just wherever it wants. I like to add lots of water. Just kind of let it drip, if you will. You can let it kind of drip down. Brush it. Now, I'm going to blow dry it because the next part of this, but get back on. All right, so I want you to look at the edge of this. You see how it doesn't go all the way to the edge of the paper, the edge of the paint? So the pink is a little uneven. It leaves it kind of a really fun, I got some dark paint on there, edge. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do this gray color. And we want it really, really light because it's, again, we're going to be doing kind of a, well, anyway, we're going to do a lighter gray on the background for the light mountain, and then we're going to do a darker gray. So we're going to do a really light color here. And we're just going to give it some uniform. So we want it to just, you want to take your brush and you want to pull it, but also it's going to have some form there. I'm just going to drag that. I didn't mean to drag it all the way at the end. So it might want to have a little bit more paint on it. But you're going to pull it way down here and get some water. Pull her down into this space here because we're going to add some dark. Next. sometimes you look at it and you're like, I want to change that a little bit. So it's always, doesn't ever hurt to change it. Just gonna have it a little bit more. I'm gonna blow dry again. I'll pause. Okay, now we're gonna take our brush again, and we're gonna do a little darker. Not black yet, not quite black. A little darker. And we're just gonna. We are just going to pause. Okay, we're just gonna bring our brush along here. So wherever your brush goes is what it's gonna be. Just keep bringing it down. Add some water because you want it to kind of fade. It's fun to just add water and see what happens to it. Just let it kind of do its own thing. Okay. And once again, I brought it out to the edge where the pink, I was gonna let it slope, but it's okay. Okay, pause again while I blow dry. Okay, so we're gonna do our full on black color. So get your black and get it really watered down. If you just have palettes, that's okay. You're just gonna use your palette the same way, just add lots of water to it. Do you want to see how watery that is? Really watery, like ink. Okay, then we're gonna do our next. That upper still a little. So wherever your mountain, wherever you want to put it. If you want to make it jaggedy, you can make it, that was still wet. I got it in a little bit of hurry, but that's okay. And you're going to use some water. Get that water, blend it on down. See, that other layer is kind of going into it. That's okay. That's what makes watercolor fun. Okay, blow dry again. And I'm going to show you something fun. Okay, we're going to put some little trees on our mountain. So, you want to use your brush. I like to maybe get a little bit smaller brush. And I'm just going to take this black again, watered down. And we're just going to start at the top. And it's not going to be very far. Make sure you can see this. About 1/4 inch from this black mountain. You're going to start up here and just kind of wiggle your brush down. And just kind of put in some little trees. Just going to be little trees. I like to get a little bit more black in there. I'm going to put a few more. Get like, it's kind of a few trees coming off the mountain. A few back in here. And over here, we're going to put a few more. Just kind of up and down. You don't want an even straight line. You want them to be different levels. And with a really skinny brush, I like to I'm going to put a big tree right over here. Happy little tree. And let's make it go all the way up to the sky. Just going to drag your liner brush. This is a liner brush. You just rub it in to your paint and you twirl it like this. Twirl it around. Sorry. Twirl it around. And then you start and then you drag it down. And then you're going to put, make sure you can see this. It's just hard to do at an angle. Okay, so then you're going to do some fun little, I'm going to use my other brush for that. Probably this one. I'm just going to do some, just kind of squiggle them down. I just like to call them squigglies. Just going to make your branches. You're just going to squiggle. Ooh, that's too much paint on that one. I'll have to just use it. I'm going to dip my brush into it because there's so much paint there. Squiggle, 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 squiggle. Some little squiggle lines. You guys can call them whatever you want. Call them little squiggles. Just keep going down. It's a big tree. And it's right up here in front, so you want to have lost some of these trees. Just gonna get rid of them. Yeah, put a few more in the background. And my brush wet, I like to smooth things out a little bit and blend them in. It's kind of fun. So there you have it. Oh, this was supposed to be a sunset, wasn't it? All right. Get some, oh, I gotta really clean that off. I'm gonna get some new white. Oh, that's the wrong kind of white. That is acrylic paints. Do something really fun I learned with acrylics. Or, sorry, with watercolors. It's a little bit of allergy season, if you're wondering why I'm sneezing. Okay, we're gonna have the sun rise right over here. This will be fun. So paint your sun. Oh, Mr. Sun. Sun, Mr. Golden Sun. Just water it down. Now, really fun technique to do. And you get your brush wet. Okay. And this pink is dry, so you're just going to get lines from that sun, and you're going to, with water, it's just water, so it's hard to see it, but you're going to make sunburst with your brush. It's just water. My little sun is right there. It's hard to see. I'll show you when we're done. You'll be able to see it. Oh, look, a little gray in it. Make a little sunburst. Now, you're going to do, you're going to let that, oh no, I don't know why it's getting that dark color in there. It's okay, maybe it'll make it stand out a little bit more. Okay, let that dry just a little bit, and then you're going to take, this blue on it, I don't want that. Paper towel, I think I have enough there. Take a napkin, and you are going to, with your finger, pull that paint. You're just going to pull the paint out. I'm going to do a little bit more. Come on, stroke right there. Right there. So remember, take your finger, brush it out. You're going to press pretty hard because you want it to look like it's shining pretty. You can even do kind of one there. Now, even for the sun, because we painted it over pink, I'm going to do a little water on it with my finger. Where I think it should be. Can you see that? Isn't that fun? So here's our picture. Okay, hope you enjoy. Miss you guys.